Okay, Coconut Man, Maslow, and RH, are you ready? Everybody look to their left. Yeah. Everybody look to their right. Ha! Can you see that? Yeah. We'll use motivations today. It's a bit about the money, money, money. We need some money, money, money. We just want to make consumers happy. Don't forget about the price tag. It's a bit about the cha-ching, 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 ching, ching. It's a bit about the yeah, 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 ba-bing, 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 ding, ding. Want to market to the world, so don't forget about the motivation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to take a look at consumer motivations, and more specifically, Maslow. So what are we going to look at today? Well, today it's all about the consumer. So we've moved on from the fundamental introductory concept. We're now on to the consumer. Before we can really break down who or what the consumer is, we really need to identify their motivation. So this is our first lesson in the consumer. So we're going to look at what is motivation. We're then going to look at Abraham Maslow. And who is this dude? And because we're looking at him, obviously we're moving on to Maslow's motivational theory. All of this together gives us our foundation for understanding consumers and how they act. So what is motivation? Well, I don't think there's a better visual out there that to really illustrate what motivation is. If there is a great white shark swimming towards you, I don't know if there's a better motivation out there to get you to paddle. You are going to paddle, and you are going to paddle pretty darn quickly. That's motivation. Some sort of incentive to get you to do something. If I could bring great white sharks into the school, I guarantee all of you would be doing a heck of a lot of work on running from those great white sharks. No one would be roaming the halls. Everyone would be getting to class. Okay, so what connects motivation to this man, Abraham Maslow? Well, Abraham Maslow really was concerned with motivation. He really wanted to know why people acted the way they did. He was an American psychologist, and all psychologists at the time, you have to put yourself back almost close to 100 years now, to really identify what psychologists were really looking at. See, before him, every psychologist, or most psychologists, were all concerned with the abnormal and the ill. Why? What made them act the way they did was all about the negative. See, he changed all this. He developed the humanistic psychology. He really looked at the positive side of things. I mean, just look at him. He looks like the happiest man ever. And that's really what he was. He was a happy-go-lucky kind of guy and really thought that people would act in their own free will, right? They would act to make themselves happy. So this was the positive side of humanity, and he was very concerned with this. And because of this, he developed what we know of today as Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So what's Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Well, it all comes down to a pyramid type idea, and it all comes down to the idea that in order to move up the pyramid, you need to achieve each level. So to go from physiological to safety means that you have to satisfy those physiological needs. To go from safety to belongingness, same thing. You have to satisfy those safety needs. Then you need to satisfy belongingness, then esteem, before you can get to self-actualization. So we're going to take a look at these all individually and really identify what we mean by physiological and safety and belongingness and love and esteem. And then the last one, self-actualization. This is the one that often trips people up, so we're really going to try and identify this. So the first stage of our pyramid is the physiological and biological needs. These are your basic life needs. People who are trying to satisfy these needs probably don't have a lot of money. Food, shelter, transportation are probably going to be their main priorities. They're going to buy cheaper things, even the quality is not very good, because they can't afford to buy better quality items. These people are attracted to anything that will save them money, and they are looking to satisfy these basic life needs at all costs. They're not going to be concerned with Ferraris or Porsches or fancy designer jeans or clothing or handbags or any of these other things. They are concerned with one thing and one thing only: surviving. Right? So they want air and food and shelter and warmth. They want to be able to sleep and get their rest. They want water. And also part of this is basic life needs of reproduction. Innately, we as humans feel the need to reproduce, to carry on our genes. And this falls under this, is that a lot of people feel this need at these basic life needs. Whereas the second stage of the pyramid is all about safety. It's all about protection, law, and security, Consumers in this stage feel they need to be safe in present times and in the future. They're going to purchase items to help them feel secure, like retirement funds, self-defense classes, self-defense videos and books. They're going to buy protective goggles if they're working always in a wood shop or whatever their workplace. They're going to buy insurance to protect them and their property against loss, theft, or fire. Right? They're going to make sure they have proper health coverage. They're going to ensure that they have security in place if they need security, and home alarm systems for their homes just in case burglars. They want to ensure that there's a presence there and that law and order is fair and just. So all of these types of products are purchased because people want to make sure that they are safe. Whereas the third level of Maslow's hierarchy is all about love and belongingness. This is where you go, ooh, I love love. No, but this is all a part of this level. This is where acceptance is a huge idea. This is where being a part of something. Everyone likes to fit in with other people, and nobody wants to be labeled as strange, unusual, or weird, except for myself, apparently. People in this stage of life are going to follow current trends so they're accepted by their peers. This is also the stage where people desire to be with other people, and so you'll see people trying to establish relationships or develop a family. Right? Affection is a big part of this. And this affection doesn't have to be just the love and romance, but it can be a part of a team, and that you have affection for your teammates, that you feel a part of something there. Right? That desire to be with other people. This can be friends, family, significant others, all of the above. Right? Most people, again, don't want to be alone all the time and are attracted to items that are going to make them more pleasant to other people. And in a lot of cases, the opposite sex. Right? People in stage 3 are usually going to purchase items that are going to make them feel a part of something. So magazines or anything else that are going to keep them updated with the latest trends. Name brand items or trendy clothes to help them fit in and be accepted by their peers. Right? Perfumes, colognes, makeup, satin sheets, sexy clothes attract the opposite sex or not the opposite sex and gain that love. Right? Self-improvement books to avoid criticism and be accepted. Right? So all of these actions or purchases are because people are trying to satisfy these belongingness and love needs. And then we get to the esteem needs, the level 4. So once you've established the biological needs, you've established your safety needs, you have belongingness and love needs satisfied. Now it's all about you and achieving something. So once we reach this stage, we're ready to take better care of ourselves. We do things for ourselves because we want to do them, not because a magazine tells us that that's the in thing. Like that would be stage 3. This level 4 is all about ourselves. So individuality is important to these people because they are happy with themselves. They have a good self-esteem and they don't want to be like everyone else. These people are going to dress nice to attract praise because it makes them feel better about themselves, not to fit in. Consumers in this group want others to respect them, look up to them, value them. People in stage 4 are going to purchase some of the following items: workout equipment, healthy foods to become healthier. Right? Books to help them out become their own boss because they want to be powerful and control. They're going to make financial investments so that they have complete control over these financial portfolios. They're going to purchase anti-aging cosmetics to get rid of those wrinkles and to look younger and have more control of that aging. And expensive clothes and cars, so not because they want to feel a part of something, but because they want others to look at them and say, oh, he's superior to me. I know people don't actually say that, but people think that, and that's a part of this level. And this brings us to the last stage, self-actualization. This is the final stage, and I know this seems like a very big word and it's going to be overwhelming, but it's really, really simple. This personal growth and fulfillment is what we're trying to achieve here. Sadly, many people aren't going to reach this stage. Many people will work up the pyramid to stage 4, but never reach stage 5 or personal growth and fulfillment. That's the unfortunate part. However, people who eventually do reach this stage are happy with themselves and the lives they've lived. So they're going to purchase things that give them more enjoyment, or that they're going to be able to create a better life for themselves above what they've already created. Some of these purchases may seem to be esteem oriented, but it comes down to the intent of this person. So people are going to buy things like art or go to the theater so that they nourish their souls. They're going to go on cruise ships and travel so that they enjoy themselves and see what else is out there in the world, right? They might go back to college so that they grow their own learning, right? So all of these items are things that people use to grow them even more. And this is the final stage of Maslow's hierarchy. So when we're identifying consumers, we really need to identify our target market in terms of which stage they are going to be trying to achieve. Are they trying to achieve basic life needs, protection, relationships, or achievement or personal growth fulfillment? By identifying where our target market falls within the pyramid, we're better able to, one, advertise our products to satisfy those needs, and two, create products that satisfy those needs. So if you're looking at this model, this pyramid, which stage are you trying to achieve? I would suggest many of you are trying to get to those relationship stage. However, not all of us are there, and we might be at different stages, and therefore you are a different consumer from everyone else. So that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Join me tomorrow for another exciting marketing presentation. Cheers.